Awesome. Good. Back to my position. Okay. So everybody, I need your attention as you're eating the bread, and you have to be fast because our facilitator is waiting for us. I just need to do this. Okay. So guys, we are ready to go on. Now, I just needed to address us before. 5K. Don't worry, I'm about to give you the rules. The person is here. Did the person pay?
No, we've gotten a drink.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. Because I'm about to make money. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is a singer's boot camp. It's going to be a lot of work. People can step on your toes. Here, you're learning not just your skill now, but also your attitude towards other people in the same field with you. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This particular thing. Grace. So, we shouldn't talk when we're not expected to talk. For me, the way I used to do, we pay fine. So please talk. It's 5K. No problem. Only 5,000. Please talk. Help me to talk, man. Sister, just help me talk and pay 5K. Then you talk again and help me pay. So that the money can be complete. That is all. But anyways, we're expected to do this together, okay, so that there can be free flow, yeah, of access for learning, okay. Other facilitators will be here, as well as myself, and we're going to have a good time. Trust me. It's work. Let me tell you, if you feel embarrassed when you're being corrected, welcome to my room. Welcome to my book, because I'm a queen for that. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Sorry, is anybody there? She muted us. She muted herself.
Yes, I know, because I'm talking. That's why they do that. I'm sure they can hear me. Please give us a sign if you can hear me. Yes, they can hear me. Yeah. So guys, please, no talking. Let's actually respect ourselves. Let's. Yes. Yes. Let me not speak with something. Please, let's love ourselves. Let's look out for each other. I know it's 3 days, it's not long, but it's better than 3 days. Trust me. You will thank me. And you will bless me too. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can just throw it on the group chat, or you can just send it directly to Classic Empire. Marvelous. Where's Marvelous? Where's the TV? There's Marvelous, there's TV, then there's Grace. Grace is here to attend to you. Okay? So, yes, and then there's Abraham to attend to you. Then there's Divine and Samuel. These are my musicians. Yeah, that's Divine. Divine, why you not wearing your t-shirts? Eh? That's it at your height. Should I go? It's okay. Okay, so I'm sure we are ready. Yes? Please, could you bring the notepads? Yes, please. I'm sure everybody came clean. I should put it. So, what else? We're going to be working till late. I already said that. You got information. We're going to be working till late. Yes, you're sleeping for lesser hours. I don't know how you sleep. You're sleeping for way more, less hours at time. Okay? I am smiling. If you still sleep, now you go sleep. If you're not let out of this place, you can't sleep. Do you understand? Anywhere you see, you sleep. So people are still comfortable in your room now. By the time you bring 2 more people to enter into your room. People's eyes. God. My father, oh my God. you. They are just some part of the songs that we're going to be working on. We have more songs.
Yeah.
How about that? Can I carry that?
Yeah, she can use that one. That one. Yes. I should speak louder. Can you hear me now? Don't worry, the person I want to talk will put right there. So, don't talk where we are teaching, because you people will sell 5K from wherever you are. So don't talk. That's all. Bernadette, please, could you get everybody on? Thank you. My facilitator right now. Yes, love. You need to see me. Hey, what's it be that?
Go.
Please, could you just give them the good parts? I need to bring Dr. Wilson now. Is everybody ready? You have a message. I'm speaking into the microphone. I am, actually. I'm speaking into the mic. Should I talk like this? You don't want to be kissing the microphone. Can you kiss the microphone? No, do something about the microphone. Okay. No, I don't want feedback. I feel like that's how the spirit. So, are we good? Do you have any questions? Please ask now. Yes, I shout. If you don't get it right, in case you want to ask that question. That question. You're welcome. Thank you for saying thank you. So you people feel it's their rights. Thank you. This is distributing it. So, what? Must be there calling me. You will. I'm not trying. I'm just playing, though. I'm not selfish. So, are we good? Any questions? No? Grace, are you okay? Yes. Oh, you are. I'm sure that you learned from here. See there, sit. Everybody got hand sanitizers, yeah? Yeah. Okay. If you have your personal nose mask, yeah. Please don't take to not bad. It's not your picture, you have to take it right. Okay, so the next facilitator you see walking through that door will be Dr. Wilson John. So please, let's welcome him properly. Yeah, let's welcome him properly. Let's pour our love on him, the classic empire love. Okay. And hi, you're welcome, man. We are early. Anybody that comes after now, thank you. And I don't care. Pay it or go. I know the funds for what I paid. Yes. People will start praying their hearts of wherever they are. Okay. Alright, so here we go, guys. Everybody. Hi, Bernadette. Are we recording yet? Are we recording? Okay, so are you ready to record? We're going to have a great time. Trust me. It's work. Let me tell you, if you feel embarrassed when you're being corrected, welcome to my room. Welcome to my booth, because I'm a queen for that. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Bernadette? Yes, I know, because I'm talking. That's why they did that. I'm sure they can hear me. Please give us a sign if you can hear me. Yes, they can hear me. Yeah. So guys, please, no talking. let's actually respect ourselves. Yes, that's it. Abby? Yes. Let me not speak wrong something. Please, let's love ourselves. Let's look out for each other. I know it's 3 days, so it's not long, but in the space of 3 days, trust me, you will thank me and you will bless me too. If you have any questions, you can just throw it on the group chat, or you can just send it directly to Classic Empire. You're welcome. Thank you for saying thank you. Some people feel it's their right. This life. So, what? I'm trying, Abby, my Yoruba. I'm just playing, no. I've not started teaching. So, are we good? Any questions? No? Grace, are you okay? Where you are? Ensure that you learn from where you are. See there, sit all over the place. Don't worry. Okay, that's fine then. Everybody got hand sanitizers, yeah? Okay. If you have your personal nose mask, you can use it. What you say? Yeah. Please don't take to notepad. It's not your future. You want to take it to right. Please. Okay, so the next facilitator you see walking through that door will be Dr. Wilson Joel. So please, let's welcome him properly. Yeah, let's welcome him properly. Let's pour our love on him, the Classic Empire love. Yeah. Okay. And hi, you're welcome, ma'am. You are early. Anybody that comes after now, 10K. I don't care. Pay it or go, and no refund for what you have paid. Yes. Some people start praying in their hearts or wherever they are. God. Okay. All right, so here we go, guys. Everybody. Hi, Bernadette. Are we recording yet? Are we recording? Okay, so are you ready to record? Are you recording? You're the one recording, so go on, okay? Oh, you're not the one recording. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So we can start recording now. Pixels, are you good? Have you taken pictures? Yeah? Yeah? Have you been taking videos? I just want to be sure. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're good to go. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I know. Yes, sorry. Okay, that's fine. Okay, YouTube, here we go. I need us to be ready, totally. Ready to write, ready to do anything. Yep. And that's all, I guess. Yeah, we're ready for him. Pixels, you can go on now. Yes, please. So, on my way to get your facilitator. Okay, let me drop the microphone. Please, let's put our hands together for one of the contestants of the all the way from wait now. You don't know why we are clapping for you. Please, let's clap all the way from the US or anywhere. That's it. Please put your hands together. That hands together. Put now. Thank you. Put your legs. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. First of all, can we all celebrate Naomi Mark? Can we stand up and do that? Yes. Now, my classic, sorry. Too much, what do you call it? The voice. It's not easy to put stuff together like this. So I want us to celebrate her one more time. That's not good. That's not good. Let's celebrate her one more time. All right. We can have our seat. So, Naomi has told me to speak about microphone techniques and preparing for the studio and, yes, recording ethics and preparing for the studio. By the way, my name is Wilson Joel. For some who don't know me, I'm just like anybody here. I'm a music producer, music director for House on the Rock Cup until this year, 9 years straight. Previously lived in South Africa, worked with Sony BMG, worked with Universal Music, worked with a couple of people, international artists, Abraham Laboriel, Bob James, who else? And most of the major gospel artists that we know, Donnie McClurkin, Kirk Franklin, all of them in South Africa, in Nigeria, in America, So I believe I have a little gift that I can share with everybody today, and I believe that is going to help you in your career or on your journey of music. But before I start, I want to take a quick roll check. How many of you here are lead singers? Lead singers. Okay, like you lead song somewhere. Even if it's your bathroom, it's okay. Even if it's your father's birthday party, it still work. Lead singers. Okay. How many of you are backup singers? Like, that's what you do mostly, backup singing. Mostly. Okay. How many of you here play instruments? You play an instrument. Play an instrument. You play an instrument. The reason I'm asking all these questions. There's a reason I'm asking all these questions. Should I leave the microphone or what do you guys think? I need to use it, right? Oh, can they see me? Oh, okay. I said I should sit. Protocol. Can you see me, guys? Welcome, everybody online. Can you see me? Just say yes. I can see your hand or something. All right. So I was asking, how many of you play an instrument? No, raise your hand now. Don't worry. I'm not beating anybody. I'm big, but I don't fight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Interesting. So, how many of you here sing or play in church? Sing or play in church. Okay. How many of you sing or play outside church? Okay. And there's one more question I was going to ask. How many of you here have faced at least 5,000 people crowd to sing or play or do anything that you do? At least 5,000, at least. I didn't say less than 5,000, so it can be 6,000 or more. How many? Okay, cool. Now, you know the reason why I asked this question? I'll start from the third question. When I said, how many people play an instrument here? I noticed that it was just 4 people. And those 4 people were guys. And I noticed that none of the ladies could raise their hand to say they play an instrument. So here starts today's singers boot camp. Number 1, it is a great sin for any singer to not be able to play at least one instrument. You should write that down. Anytime you want to sleep, read it. When you wake up, read it. It is a great sin. Not sin being to God, no. Sin to music. It's a great sin. Very great sin. I'll give you an example. I'm sure all of you here know Kim Burrell. She plays instruments. I'm going to use women example so that the ladies don't go like, oh, God, you're just being biased. How many of you know Anita Baker? She plays an instrument. And you will see anytime I'm mentioning these names, you could tell how fantastic they are as singers. How many of you know Alicia Keys? How many of you know Beyonce? How many of you know Shirley Caesar? Yolanda Adams? You do, right? You see, I didn't mention any guys because there is this notion that makes a lot of singers, females, believe that instruments are for guys, other things are for us. But there's nothing like that in music. Music is for everybody. So whether you are singing in church, singing in a club, singing in a band or playing in a band, or whatever, the music, when you go to music school, okay, there is no gospel music, secular music. They teach you the rudiments of music altogether. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, there's what they call sacred music. You cannot even do sacred music if you don't know the rudiments of music. Because all of it will pop out every time in class. They will tell you, go to the fourth clef, bring out your, show us your soprano, and you start to wonder, what are they talking? Is it not supposed to be spiritual music? No. Sacred music basically is a genre of music study that focuses on music for the spiritual use. And mind you, some of the people who do sacred music are not necessarily Christians as well. Okay? So that's why I say it is a grave sin for any musician to not know how to play at least one instrument. So we're going to do a confession today before I continue. Raise your hand and say, Lord Jesus, today I repent of my sin. No, I'm joking. Say today, I make a promise to myself to be a better musician. I will learn one instrument. Exactly. I'll learn at least one instrument so that I can be a better singer. Amen. Great. Fantastic. You like that? Good. All right. Now, let's move on. Let me focus on microphone techniques before I go to the studio. I happen to have recorded, that's if I can count, I probably have recorded maybe about 6,000 voices in my entire life. Yes. And I'm talking plus backups, plus lead singers, plus choirs. Yesterday I just finished TREM headquarters recording in the studio. And one of the very, very, very deep thing I realized that messes a lot of singers up is how they hold their microphone. Have you noticed I've been holding this microphone since? Have I done like this? Have I done like this? Hip-hop style. Have I done that? Have I done that? This is how to hold the microphone. This is how to hold the microphone. Because what happens when you hold the microphone like this is the old frequency, that's what they call frequency in your voice. The old frequency becomes clearer. So I'm going to talk the same way, and I'm going to move this microphone around and tell me which sound you like. I'm going to talk the same way, and you're going to tell me which sound you like. I'm going to talk the same way, and you're going to tell me which sound you like. I'm going to talk the same way, and you're going to tell me which sound you like. I'm going to talk the same way, and you're going to tell me which sound you like. Which one do you like? Why do you like this one? It's clearer, right? It's not muffled. All the kata in my nose is not, you can't hear it, Abi. But when I do like this, you can already tell that I have cold, right? This is just the first step in handling a microphone. So a lot of singers think that microphone handling really is just this first thing that I did. It's more than that. Now, if you notice this microphone, it's a wireless microphone, right? You notice, right? And this is what is being used now mostly in the world, everywhere. Whether it's a cheap one, whether it's an expensive one. Please, it's a grave sin to hold this microphone here. Can you see that? This is the mechanism of the microphone. Once you do that, you're either going to lose reception with the mixer or with the receiver at the end of the mixer, or something funny can just go wrong. Okay? Now, microphone technique is a big deal, but it's not much of a big deal like your vocal singing. When you are using the microphone, understand this. This is something a whole lot of singers actually don't understand yet. And I am sorry to say, with all due respect, even some established artists still don't know this. When you're using a microphone, 50% of your voice is amplified. % of your voice is amplified. So it does not need you to scream. Now, I understand that for some people too, wherever they sing at, say maybe church or band or something, sometimes, I don't know if it's a deliberate thing or maybe it's just a, what's the word now? Maybe it's just a mindset. You're expected to scream. Can we be honest? It feels like if you're not screaming, you're not, you know they reach. Abby? It feels like if you're not screaming, you're not anointed. Abby? No, trust me, I know. I'm just checking. I know. Let me tell you what's going to happen to your voice in a few years' time. If you continue like that, you are going to actually lose your voice. That's what they call tone. Tone is everything. Should I prove it to you? Should I prove it to you? Oh, this thing's on live. Ooh, they could cast me. No. Let me not say some things. Have you noticed? Okay, let me put this very lightly. We all know Donnie McClurkin, right? Fantastic. You know, recently they said he has this vocal issue. I don't know what it is, if it's cancerous or not. I don't know, to be honest. But you want to hear the truth? You can't be singing like that all your life, and you will not have a problem with your voice. You can't. And there are many other people. I'm just using him for example. He is even better. Why? Because he is a matured musician. He knows when to sometimes escape from the very high pitches. But you know what happens with a lot of singers is you copy only the high pitch that he sang, but you forgot to replicate when he ran away from the high pitch and came to a low register. Okay, do we understand what high pitch is? Yes. I don't like to assume. Do you understand what low registers is? Fantastic. When a singer knows how to regulate their voice, they are 50% away from vocal traps, where your voice starts to crack, or you finish service. Most people, I'm going to break this table. Most of you here, when you finish Sunday service, your voice is gone. Am I lying? It's because you've simply gone to scream. That's what you went to do. You want to hear the truth? If everybody sang at the range that they have been blessed with, nobody. Have you ever seen Kirk Franklin come and scream with people? Bros, no get time. He has realized that, oh boy, me, I'm a hype man for life. I go write this song, make they sing and make they kid themselves. I go hype. When I hype, when I go chop them, nothing. And he has been working. Who is number one artist in the gospel music industry if not Kirk Franklin? He's number one. If you like, bring Chandler, whatever, or whoever, from wherever. Oga na master. Trust me, I travel to America often, and in America, Kirk Franklin is number one. Why? Because he's a wise guy. You need to understand that as singers, when your voice is no more in a top shape, you will lose your audience, you will lose your accolade, you will lose your seat, you will lose your position. I'm not preaching, no. I'm telling you musical techniques. I'm just keeping it very soft so that we can relate. If you lose your voice, lose the originality of your voice, I think that's what I should put there. You will see that first thing that made, forgive me, I'm not shooting any nails, any bomb or whatever. The first thing that made your pastor love your voice the first time he heard you, if you lose that thing, he will look for somebody else. The work has to go on. You are the one that decided you want to lose your voice. By the grace of God, I have led groups, not just in church, jazz bands. I've done orchestra a few times. And I can tell you the honest truth. The people who always do well at the end of the day are the people who know how to preserve their voices. The ones that scream might get accolade for a season. Once that season is over, it is over. It's like a label. They just stamp you. Used. Next person. And it's the same thing everywhere. If I have a big band and your voice is beginning to sound husky, or you are beginning to shoot out of the harmony that you're supposed to be creating, tendencies, I will not call you for every gig. I will not. You cannot come and spoil my band. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, guys, before we say anything here today, I need to let you know your greatest instrument as singers is not even the instrument you want to learn on. It's your voice. And that's why I say you should learn an instrument so you know how to use it to help your voice. Let me throw another one. Some of you here have favorite keys, yes or no? Be honest. We are talking. You're my friend, don't worry. But my friend, you're my friend. You have favorite keys, I mean. A singer is not supposed to have a favorite key. You know why? You know why you have favorite key? It's because you are lazy. It's like a keyboard player. This is a very simple analogy. I play the keys. I play one or two other instruments. It's like me saying, oh boy, I don't like that key B, that B. Dangerous key. So where did they go put them? In between C and A. My goodness. Trust me, ask any keyboard player. They'll tell you a lot of people run away from the key of B and the key of E flat. No. E flat is even easier now. B flat. They run away. And that's where I run to. Don't ever run away from keys that you feel is high. Let me shock you today. See, do like this. Somebody do like this. Do it again. And throw it away. There's nothing like a high key. There's no key that's high. There's no high key. No key. I remember yesterday in the studio when we were about to record. So I started a song. What song was that? Okay, it can never fail. It can never fail. And then I modulated. I just kept going. And we modulated 14 times. Guess what happened? They sang the whole key. But we have now gone past 12 octaves. 12 keys. What am I saying? We've now gone 12 times higher than where we're coming from. But they had no idea. But if you tell them naturally, guy, sing on E flat. Bros, that key. They high me. But you have sang it. So most times these things are just mindsets that you have allowed stay for a long time. It has now formed something I don't know what it is. I cannot spiritualize or physicalize it in you that you're now stuck with it. So there's no high key. As a singer, you should be able to sing on any key. It is the control that matter. Now let me drag you into the studio. A lot of people have this mindset that the studio is different from stage. Am I right? Am I right? No, let's talk. Don't only say yes, so if you don't agree, say no. Okay? Stage and studio is the same. I made some notes on my phone. I just felt, no, let me talk to you guys from my experience. Because they used to say something in our society that experience is the best teacher. I suffered, so you too, you have to suffer. I don't believe in that. Even if you have to suffer, let your suffering be half, not the full yard. Okay? Studio and stage is the same thing. You've heard about studio fright, Abby? Abby? You know why you have studio fright? Carry your pen and paper and write it. I'll tell you, 2. It's because there's no crowd in front of you to show off to. Yeah. It's because there's no crowd. Nobody is watching you so that you can show off to. That's why you have studio fright. Like, most times it's just only you trying to do lead a song or something, and then you are wondering, am I doing it well or not? Because you're not hearing that accolade, that, yeah, go, Sister Shala, yes, hallelujah. So you have that, am I doing well? Am I not doing well? What's going on? The second reason why you have studio fright is because you are trying to do what you cannot do on stage in the studio. Anything you cannot do on stage, don't try it in the studio. Anything you have not rehearsed, you are not perfect in, don't try it in the studio. Because what happens most times is, when it's time for you to now sing that same song on stage, you're going to freeze. See that stage fright? I mean, not call studio fright. It will now turn to stage fright. The fright that you did not deal with in the studio, it will follow you to the stage. Because you know you did Ojoro in the studio. See, it's easy for me as a producer to make anybody sound good in the studio. Very easy. It's not be that today. You sound very good. But I always say to anybody I work with, see, hit that note. It's for your good. If you cannot hit the note, we change the note. If you genuinely can't, after a few rehearsals or a few takes, leave it. Don't kill yourself. That means you can't. That's not your reality. You must always stay in your comfort zone. As easy and as comfortable as that sounds, that is what a singer should actually do. I'll use, for example, when I lived in South Africa, there was a lady. Unfortunately, she's dead now. You can Google her, Lulu Dikana. Lulu Dikana was the artist I recorded whose work we took to Universal Music. No, in fact, that's the wrong statement. Whose work Universal Music came looking for us for. This lady, she has a certain gift. Once she hears a sound, a song is done in less than 10 minutes. I don't know how she does it. Understand, I told you before that whatever you cannot do in the studio, don't do it on stage. Lulu performs even better in the studio than on stage. And you know what that does? She will sell more albums. Whilst you are looking for a gig to play. You are looking for one gig, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks, or even 1 a month if possible. She has sold a lot of copies of CDs already. Because when the person who buys the CD is listening to this artist, she's giving it her all and she's being herself. Now, when you go and watch that artist on stage, you will really be disappointed. You know why? The energy you felt in the studio, you feel it on stage. Now, if you don't feel it, if you feel it more on stage than you felt on the CD, on the album, on the recording, you'll be disappointed. But if you feel it, if I can say, if you feel it a little bit less than how you felt it from the studio, you won't really be disappointed. Did I say that's right? If you feel it more on stage, lesser than the album, yes, you'll be disappointed. Like, what just happened to me? Like, what did I just listen to? That's why you see a lot of performance these days is miming. They just play the song and they start to mime because they can't even remember the lines they sang. As much as possible, your tonic sulfurs. See, I don't know why Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do has gone out of fashion. The days where we started music, this is going to be funny. I started as a singer, actually. At the age of 12, I was already leading song. I used to sing soprano. Yes. I think this small depth in my voice, I don't get them before. I don't know where I come from. My voice is very high. And those days, when they teach us a song to sing, they are not singing the words. They are singing the tonic sulfur. Do you still do that today? Can we be honest? Can we be honest? So some of these things are not, they're not far-fetched. It's like you want to build a house. You come to Lekki, yeah, but you see that White House, mad though. You just drop money, say make they build the house for you sharply, say you won't see them in 2 months. Yes, they will do it. But guess what will happen? They might just fall. Because you don't even know what went into the house. You just want a beautiful house. Then they don't build that for you, no problem. It might make you look like you're being silly, like, well, I've passed this level. See, music theory that they taught Fela Nicola Kokuti in London in 1960-something or 70-something is the same thing that they will teach you now if you go to Berklee College of Music. So there is no extra note to Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do that they're going to teach you. The same thing is what they will teach you now. So singers, endeavor to know your tonic sulfurs. Endeavor to know your tonic sulfurs. Simple songs can help you. Jesus loves me, yes I know. For the Bible tells me so. What's the tonic sulfur? She said, don't jumbo. La la do la la sa sa. So you see, those things help. They help a lot. Don't just want to be a lead singer because, in fact, thank God I said that. I remember something else I put in my notes. A lot of you who do lead singing really need to go back to backup singing. A whole lot of you guys that do lead singing need to go back to backup singing. Backup singing is the bedrock of any singer that is serious. Need to go back to backup singing. Need to go back to backup singing. I have 1 or 2 artists I work with. They do their backups by themselves. And when they are done, you will not know they are the ones that did the backup by themselves. I can mention names for you. You know Shola Alison? Yes. Shola Alison does her backups. Do you know? You don't know. She does her backups herself. You know why? For many years, that's all she was doing. Backups. For many years, doing backups for people. Some of you need to humble yourself, eh? I know you are a big boss in your church or your band. Just humble yourself. Go and back up for other people. Some of you here, when some of your colleagues are even singing, you can't even pick up the microphone and back up for them because you feel big. Let's be honest. Come on. I've dealt with principalities and power, so I know. I know. I'm just trying to deal with these little fundamental things before I take you to the studio. Can I go to the studio fully now? Are we fine? Any question? You have question? Ask. Yes. No key is high, yes. Mm-hmm. There's no song that is not in your range. There's no song, trust me right now, that's not in your range. You see, the voice is like an instrument. It's how you know how to expand it or cage it. The problem most times is when you try to sing the song like the person who sang it did it, that's where you get hooked. You're not trying to get an award for singing it like that, except when there is a clause that I want you to sing it like this. That is the only time you can say it is not in my range. It is not in your range because you have been asked to do it exactly like that, with the same pitch, with the same notes, and the same key, same attitude. I don't know if I should call it approach. So if the person punched the song really hard and you sing soft, for instance, and they ask you to punch it that way, then we can begin to say, okay, yes, it's not in your range. But really, technically, musically, there is really no song that is not in your range. You just have to sing it according to your own ability. If I give a song to, let me use famous singers here. If I give a song to Nathaniel Bassey to sing, you will see what I'm trying to tell you now with your question. If you give, fantastic, praise the Lord, O single, single, give it to Nathaniel Bassey. Now, take that same praise the Lord, O single, single, give it to Chioma Jesus. Then take that same song, give it to Davido. Then take that same song, give it to Simi. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Nathaniel is not going to scream with you. He does not have time for that rubbish. He will just come and sing his notes. Praise the Lord, single, single. Praise the Lord. And then when he tired, carry trumpets, wire around, pam, pam, pam. It's done. You give it to Chioma Jesus. She changes it for you. Take calm, go east. Then turn down to revival. Come out there. You give the same song to Davido, Afro, straight. He's not thinking about it 2 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not trying to come. He's not ready to come and prove anything to you. He's on this. You want me to sing? Oh, sing, oh, sing. I will sing it. But I'll sing it my way. And he will tell his producer, oh boy, for me, can you make pray. He will do whatever he wants to do. In his way. Give it to Simi. She got turned out to lullaby. No time. Do you understand? And that's 1 or 2 high pitch. Because she girl too was a church girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there was really that. See, a lot of mindsets. Somebody came to record in the studio. And she was just singing straight. Honestly speaking. To her, she was doing the right thing. So I asked her, Auntie, why are you singing all your notes straight? Is there an issue? He said she used to sing a certain way before. So they told her that, it's wrong to sing like that. I'm like, okay, how do you used to sing before? She now sang the thing. I kept quiet. I said, who was the person who told you to not sing like this anymore? He said, it's been a long time ago. Yeah, like 25 years or something ago. I'm like, wow, how old are you now? I said, about 42. It's okay. So you mean you've been like this? You believe this thing for 25 years now. I now played that back what she recorded. He said, bros, which effect you had? You had something. said, no, I didn't add anything. That's you singing. I just added small reverb. That's all I did. That's you singing. So some of you need to actually check some of those things that you have learned over time. Or there's some rumored techniques as well that you have also, taken in as law. Like, don't sing like that. Or if you sing like that, they're not going to listen to you. That them not going to listen to you is the beginning of singer's problem. Where you cannot be original. You cannot hold yourself accountable for your originality. Naomi Classic is a singer. If you tell her now to sing, then sing my soul, don't sing more. And then you tell somebody else, say maybe, let me see, Sinach, to sing the same, then sing my soul. They will not sing it the same way. You know why? Both of them have realized their originality. They realize that this is me, and you cannot change this about me. I've tried all sorts before, but you see, right now, I've found out who I am. Sometimes you hear some singers and you think that they are being lazy. No, sir. They've just found who they are. And guess what? It works. And they don't need to experiment. Now, I don't have a problem with any singer experimenting. It's like a child. You have to crawl, then you start to stand, you fall sometimes. Then when you start to stand, before you know, you start school. Before you know, you go, you just get beer. Before you know, one day, that day I want to get married. It's the same thing with singers. Give yourself time. Pace it. Give yourself time. You have to be original. Now, after all this grammar or English that was said, now you are going to go to the studio. This is where your career begins to take another shape entirely. Don't ever go to studio when you are not prepared. Some people come to the studio, that's where they want to write the verse of their song. Don't do that. You are beginning to that tells you that you are not serious. Before you even tell the producer that you are not serious. I've had situations where I've had to change lyrics for a couple of singers. Some of the ones you know, some you don't know. Change it because they just want to enter studio, say I enter studio. But they had no concrete plan for what they want to come and do in the studio. Studio is not ministry. Write it down. Studio is not ministry, guys. Studio is not church. Studio works on time. Studio works on time. Hello? Studio works on time. As time is going like this, studios, they are counting your money. That is if you pay though. That's not why I'm here. Don't worry. Studio is not ministry. Studio should never be seen as church. Should never be seen as any charity or whatever. Studio is war. Studio is kitchen. You are cooking. You are cooking in the kitchen. If you cook poison in the studio, guess what you are going to give to your listeners? But if you cook a palatable meal in the studio, guess what you are going to give your listeners? One of the rules of studio is never get too serious. I'm going to give you only tips from my experience. Never, ever get too serious when you get to the studio. I've had people come to the studio, and as soon as they enter the studio like this, they just start to tear tongues, Holy Spirit, blah, blah, blah. I don't have a problem with that. But what I realized is for some is, it was when they got there, they became spiritual. Like as I enter here today, something must drop. Oh my goodness. That's not why I came to the studio. When you come to the studio, just be yourself. The producer is not a chief whip. He's not a kidnapper. He's not going to kidnap your voice. When you come to the studio, be easy. Be at rest. Be easy. Just Keep it chilled. And when you're in the studio, listen a lot. Brings me to number 2 point. A lot of you singers know the ear word. When you go to the studio, understand that you have invited another party into your creativity. Okay? Understand that now, this person you've gone to work with or you're working with now can suggest things to you to do. Now, I'm saying that because I believe that you chose this producer deliberately. You didn't just walk on Admiralty. I saw music studio. Let me enter and I can record here. And then you entered. That is a different case. But if you chose the producer deliberately, be open. Something I learned big in a big way from South Africa is this. That's in Nigeria in particular. Our music is not very open because most of the ideas, if not all, are coming from one person. The singer, or should I say, the artists. Some artists, I've worked with one or two like that. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord, for saving me. When they come, they tell you what they want to hear. Play, bo, 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 bo. And then you start to wonder, okay, this is getting interesting. And they start to tell you, I'm hearing one chord, I'm hearing this. I worked with somebody one day, and immediately as he stepped out, I just sent him text, bros, I beg, send me your account number. And I returned his money. It's not because of pride. Because I realized that we're going to fight. Oh. How can you tell me to play saw and Z? If anybody understands. I'm not joking. I'm being very honest. This is exactly what he said. He said, play saw and Z. It's accidental, one thing. I'm like, sir, this is getting really, really clumsy. Our music is too closed, mostly in Nigeria. You know why some of you appreciate, am I using too much gospel artists as example? Okay. Why some of you appreciate Ducey's song? You don't want to know why you appreciate his songs? The idea of his songs are not coming from him alone. Just listen to the band and hear the input of everybody. You can tell that this is not just Ducey saying, play loud there, play far there, play whatever. Once it can give them a foundation to say, this is what I'm hearing, this is what I'm hearing. I believe strongly, without even asking him, that he allows the musician express the music. See, when you get back from this boot camp to your respective places, whether church or band or whatever, try it one day. Just sing a song, as simple as it is, and just say, I'm hearing this, and just tell the band, express yourself on it. Now, I'm believing that the band is a good band. Okay? I'm not talking about some Isalaiko Fuji band. They'll turn Waymaker to Roadblock for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Allow the producer have input in your creativity. Understand that you are one head. You only have one head. At best, you can think of something in two ways. At best, as an individual. But when you bring another head, there's going to be like 5 or 6 creativity. It's not like we can't release it like this. In fact, it sounds better than many things we hear. Okay? But do you know what it's going to take for a professional who all his life, all he does is mastering? And as probably, does anybody know what mastering is here? Okay. Mastering is the final stage of your music production, where, aside mixing, where your song becomes not necessarily louder, but audible, clearer, and cleaner. So that when you put your song on iTunes and the rest of them, They don't tell you, sorry, we can't take this song. It's not up to standard. Okay? So the different inputs that come into your songs, they really, really matter. That's number 3 points I gave you, right? That's number 3. The first one I said, be at ease, Abi. And then number 2, I said what? Listen a lot, exactly. And then number 3, this one should be, let your songs be open. Open it up. Only you cannot play keyboard, guitar, bass, drums, piano. Even if you are a multi-instrumentalist that is that good. If I tell you now, okay, only you do your concerts, will they watch you? Do backup, lead, play instruments. You can't. Only you can't do that. So you need all the inputs for your music. Now, in the studio, there's always something that a lot of singers do, but they don't know it's wrong. But they don't know it's wrong. Used to sing before and record it on your phone. Listen back. You will hear all the beauty of your voice that you have not heard before. You know why? There is no oil in your system that is lingering, that you just ate now, amala, that is disturbing your ministry. There's no coke somewhere hanging. There's no chips somewhere. There's no sweet sugar. Your system has actually rested and woken up with no burden. Exactly, no clogging. That's the right word. When you wake up in the morning, now most people will say, I don't sing well in the morning. I sing well in the evening. Anytime I hear these things, they make me laugh. Whilst it's true that for some people, they are very bad singers in the morning, and for some people, they are very good singers in the morning, it is not the same for everybody. Most in generally, every singer sings well in the morning, early morning, when you just wake up. Don't believe me? When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to do the experiment. Take the same song you used to sing, sing it, and then listen back to yourself. Because one of the things that you are doing that early morning is you are not screaming. Remember I mentioned screaming? You are not screaming. You want to scream and wake up your neighbors. Think about it. So when you are singing as well, whether it's stage or studio, that is something to always also maybe put at the back of your mind, like, let me not scream on my neighbors. One of my music directors used to use that on us, maybe like, when I was maybe like 14 or 15, then he would say, when you want to sing, just imagine your neighbor is sleeping by your side. Do you want to wake them up? You say, no, sir. It's okay. When you want to sing, don't scream so that I don't wake anybody up. So when we want to sing on stage then, you need to hear the harmonies. It blends too well. No auto-tune, no compressors, no reverbs. Sometimes if as we sing, NEPA go carry lights, we'll continue singing. And it sounds so beautiful because nobody is screaming. Okay? And studio, I think this is my last point. Studio is not a place of rehearsal. Studio is not a place of rehearsal. Don't come and rehearse your song in the studio. You have to come prepared. Remember what I said, you're bringing your own idea to the studio. So you're actually going to confuse the music producer if your idea is not clear enough. And then you will have to try to figure out what you're trying to say, then try to sell something to you that may not be in line with what you're looking for. And then you start to say, I don't feel the song. How many people have not felt their song before here? It's normal. There are few things that causes that. But yeah, studio is a whole lot of similar. There's a lot of similarity in the studio and stage. I want you from today to stop seeing the studio different from stage. If, fantastic, COVID came in 2020, right? Some of you were singing in your church, maybe doing recordings. Were you doing recordings? Did you see any crowd there? Can we be honest? Did you sing? You sang, Abby. Did anybody shout, say, glory, hallelujah? But you had to sing, Abby. That's how you should see it. In the studio, you must imagine that there's a crowd in front of you. On stage, you must imagine that there's no crowd in front of you. You know why? On stage, you feel they sing off key and they are hailing you. I'm telling you the truth. But in studio, as they sing off key, except if you have spiritual ear block, it's when you will not hear that you're singing off key. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in the studio, this is always a trick. Always a trick. Always a trick. In the studio, believe that you can see a crowd like this. The biggest crowd you've ever seen in your life. You are seeing it in the studio. You have to believe it. You have to visualize it. On stage, see all those people that are shouting, yeah, go, Sister Mary. Ignore them so that you can sing better. Because before you know you are screaming, before you know you are going off key, before you know you're going to eventually, like I said, lose your voice. And when you lose your voice, see those same people that are screaming, go, Sister Mary. They will scream for somebody else and hail somebody else. And they say, Sister Mary used to be a lead singer, a very amazing singer. Amazing. God bless you for the work that you have done. But they've moved to somebody else. Like I said, it's the same thing for a band. If in a band, you're supposed to sing harmonies with other singers and your voice is just shooting out and just singing your own thing, at some point, you're now the band. You just notice that they went to a gig last Saturday, but they didn't call you. They won't call you because they don't want wahala. You understand what I'm saying? My friend is the owner of Vintage Band. You know they play with vocals. I know one or two times when he didn't even bother calling the singer. He would just, I'm saying, you don't call this person. He said, my brother, make it be like that. It's not because he hates the person. It's because, see, when you have to deliver on a thing and you're not delivering, people have different threshold for understanding and giving and patience. Okay? They'll move to somebody else. Please, your greatest instrument is your voice. Even if you go to learn guitar now, or learn piano, or learn whatever, none of those instruments can be greater than your voice as singers. Except you want to stop singing and start playing instruments. Even that's going to take you probably the amount of years that they're taking you to build your singing to become established. So please, your voice, number one. Any questions? Have I spent 1 hour? You don't pass up. Right? No? How long have I done? 6 minutes. What's the difference between 6 and 0? I'm kidding. Question. Let me take this, ladies.
In the studio, we should sing like we have a crowd in front of us, and then when we're on stage, we should sing like we have no crowd. So would it not affect our communication skills while ministering to our audience? The audience, why we're on stage?
You are not supposed to be communicating with your audience. And I'll explain what I mean. You're talking church now, Abby. You didn't come to sing for the audience. You came to sing to who? To who? And this is where people get heartbroken. And they sing, they just sit down. Can you imagine all that singing? Now, wow, this church, they know, these people, they are not spiritual. You mean that serious worship? Nobody is moved. My goodness. You understand now? You are not supposed to, you are not there to communicate. This is the truth that so many people don't want you to know so that you can keep doing the wrong things. You are not there because of the audience. Whilst, yes, you should carry them along. They are not supposed to be the ones to carry you away. Do you understand? Carry them along. And how can you carry them along? You are leading me somewhere, right? We are driving on this road. You cannot lead me by being on my side now or being behind me. You have to be in front. So if I like, let me follow you, Abi. If I like, let me turn. That's my problem. But you have done the right thing by doing what? Leading me. Just lead the people, my sister. Sing. Sing your heart out. Kill yourself. Kill yourself in front of God. Like, sing. Wound yourself, rather. If they don't want to feel it, it's okay. The reason why most singers want them to be felt in church is because, of course, they want that accolade, and then they want a brown envelope, maybe at some point, let somebody bless them or something. See, sing well. I have a couple of singers like that. Like they don't set your face. So they will sing well. It's by yourself. You go and remove money and come and dash them. I don't want to mention somebody's name. There's one guy now that's becoming popular. When they brought him to me then, and I gave him the microphone, and he sang one Sunday. He sang. He didn't care who was listening to him. The boy sang, the whole church were on their feet like, what's going on here? That boy received, there's no kind of currency he received that day. Dollar, pounds, like that. They were just blessing him. They were just blessing the boy. The boy, right now, the boy is big. Because he didn't send, whether you are listening to him or not. It's only he came to, and when he comes to sing, he always brings his A game. Please, don't ever bring B game or C or A and a half, no, or minus A. Stay on your A game. Forget about people. They'll be fine. See those people that say that they are not moved. Somebody else will come again. They will not be moved. Do you understand? They're ancient of days. Leave them.
What about when you're in a church where the pastor is very spiritual? Like, if he's not in the congregation worshiping, it's like you are carnal. You are not spiritual. You are in the flesh. You are not leading well. So something is wrong. They want to see the congregation rolling on the floor and all that. So what about when you go to church? Because as an artist too, you go to some churches like that. So
I think this one is a general issue. Now, I know we're here for singers boot camp and not church issues. I have to be careful. I really need to be careful, But I just feel that, to make it easy, focus on why you are there. That's the best way I can put it. For I know what you mean. Trust me, I feel you big time. But see, focus on why you are there. I've directed music in like 3 churches so far in my life. 2 in SA. No. 4. 2 in SA, 2 in Nigeria. And all this while, people usually don't know I'm the music director. My work is in the rehearsal, it's not on the stage. I don't jump on the stage. You will not find me there. You won't find me jumping to do what? To impress who? That I did what? No, I've finished my work at the rehearsal. I've taught them the song. I've showed them what to play. Let them go and express themselves. My seat is always beside the drummer. That's where I always hide. And that seat, it leads to a door that goes to the parking garage. As they're sharing the grace, I am gone. Why? Because I know why I'm there. I didn't come there to make money. I didn't come there to look for accolades. I have a day job. I have things that I do. So your work in a church is really not to do some of these things that we are talking about. So you get what I'm saying? Know why you are there, focus why you are there, and leave every other extras. Everybody will be what? Last. Let me go this way.
Okay, sir. First of all, I want to say I'm very happy to sit here with you because I've been hearing of you, and right now I can see you face to face. Thank you so much. So you talked about originality. How can a singer find his or her originality? You know, now your voice sounds like Beyonce, but and somebody comes to the studio and say, now the person is receiving all of these kind of songs, but the song, so how can the person find his or her originality? What are the parameters?
This person you're talking about, sorry. Are you talking about a lead singer, a singer, a lead singer or an artist? Now, when you say an artist, established artist or budding artist, like budding artist, right? You know the meaning of budding, Abi? You see remember I gave an example of a child. Before the child can walk and start to think of, I want to go to school, and then at some point the child wants to get married, you must crawl. So for a singer, you have to make a lot of mistakes before you can find yourself. In fact, let me break the heart of some of you guys here. Sometimes you have to leave your mentors behind and start to sing with everything you have learned so far. Start to try and sing out of curiosity, like, okay, if I not think of King Burrell, how would they sing this song? Yeah? If I'm not thinking of Chandler Moore, how am I going to sing this song? Let me try. That's where originality starts from. There's trial and error, there's experiment, and there are mistakes. All these things are the things that leads you to originality. So it doesn't jump at you. Okay, I'll give you an example. When I play the keys, the way I place my hand on the keyboard is different from every keyboard player that I know in my life. It's not because I want to be different. You know why? I learned in a different way. I didn't have a teacher. So I had to sing and look for the notes. That's how I learned the keyboard. Who's the keyboard player? You, right? You play keys. Okay, how do you hold your triad? Show me on your finger. Your fourth of it. Mine is different. I can do this. 1, 2, 3. You know why? Because I realize that I can hold some modern notes with these other fingers. I can go 9th, I can go 7th. I cannot kill myself, my brother. Is this sweet in the ear? Yes. Case closed. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know why, like, for instance, a lot of singers are not making headway in their music career is they know too much theory. They have not even practicalized one successfully. Some people will tell you that, that chord is a 6th chord, inverted third, added 9th, augmented 7th. But tell them, okay, no problem. Use that chord in a song. Wahala. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Originality doesn't jump on you. You just have to find it. You must find it. That one is your responsibility. How do you guys think that Nathaniel Bassey found himself? You think he just woke up one day, the Holy Spirit said, this is how you should sing. Do it like this. Nalayo, Ideriaz. Do any of you know that Nathaniel was one of the strongest brass players in Lagos before he became the Nathaniel Bassey you know now? If he comes to play session for you and plays on your song will sound very good. So he's been doing something excellent from a long time. He only now found himself as the Nathaniel Bassey that we all know now. That's why he's not proving a point with you when he's singing. Do you understand? He will just come. He will just come and sing. What's that beautiful song that I like a lot? See you alone, I broke my trust. You stand alone, the blood of all. Everybody sing. No time. But you, because you've not found yourself, ooh, oh, yeah, you want to kill, come. When you are done with the riffs that you're even doing, that some of them are going off key, what have you done with your music career? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, I think I should actually add, riffs and runs, it's not for everybody, See, some people are blessed with it. Like Naomi, she can run riff from now till tomorrow, and it go there on key. It's the truth. And she's not running it, let me say it carefully, she's not running it to impress you. No. Now, the way the team bite them, now it's sing and come out. Do you understand? I mean, that's someone that has found herself. I'm telling you. That's someone that, there are few people that can sing like Naomi in Nigeria. I'm serious. No, I'm not hyping. I'm telling you guys the honest truth. There are few people who can sing like that. Like, it's not out of, but make her show them and say, we kill ourselves here today. No. It's not. If you wake her up, Naomi, sing, go. Oh, sing, drop one. Kill us for you. The money I've put together, I've used it to pay rent or something. I couldn't. Then I began to realize that I am doing something wrong. Now, I'm just using myself for example. I'm not saying you should do what I did. Because if it's for you, if you do what I do, I always tell people that. And guess what? It might even benefit you if you did what I did. It's between you and God. Okay? I began to realize that I was doing something wrong. And I realized that this guy, you have a lot of gifts. A lot. That you're not using. You're using just like 5% of it in church. And what's the 5%? I'm just preparing praise and worship music, special number. After that, that's the end. Nobody recorded. Nobody did adverts. I didn't do jingle for anybody. Meaning I can use this gift outside the church. So that me too can drop offering. And tithe. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I personally don't think that God will be mad at you. As long as you didn't go and sing the song before church on Sunday morning that tells people to go and kill themselves, or to go and have sex, to go and smoke weed, to go and do Yahoo. As long as you're singing songs that are just normal songs. Celebration time. Is it a Christian song? Okay. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Is it a Christian song? Okay. Thank you. Is it a Christian song? So, are you telling me now that if the Saturday before, Donald Duke has a birthday party, and he says he just wants nice music, it's his wife's birthday, and we'll go there, sing happy birthday, celebration time, sing Olomi, Yaomi for her, because it's, of course, the Yahweh of the celebrant. Are you saying that if I get church on Sunday morning, God is going to fight me? No. I'm just being a wise child of God. You have to be wise. You have to be diligent. I have not said in all of my statements that anybody should stop singing or playing church. No. Except God gives you that revelation. Okay? Gifts. If you look at the parable of the talents in the Bible, when the master gave gift to the three people, did he tell them how to use the gift? But one used sense. Say, what kind of rubbish gift with this one? One gift. Just singing. I beg, make I just put on for you. When you come collect your gifts when you come back. And then he came back. Where's the thing I gave you? Okay, I bury him more. They didn't just take the gift back from him. Listen carefully. They took it from him and gave it to who? That is exactly how God is. He doesn't take back your gift, really. But you can use your hand like this to take your gift and rubbish it. So it's a gift that God gave you. And it's a door that God has opened as well for you. I personally don't believe that the devil opens doors. What the devil basically does is he drags you into his own door. And then gives you one or two gifts. And then you are confused. And then the confusion eventually leads to death. It's always death at the end. Always. I know how many Yahoo boys have died in prison. I know how many drug dealers have died on the plane when whatever busted in their belly. That's the ones that succeeded to go across the border. I know how many got to the airport and they arrested them. We're still looking for one of my uncle right now from 1983 or 84. We don't know where he is because we know that that was what he was doing. So please, use your gifts wisely. If you are confused ever, go on your knees. Shut out every voice you've ever heard in your life and ask God for direction. I know it's a stronghold, it's quite tough, but may God help you. Amen. Another question.
Stay in your comfort zone, but like when you go to some environment, like some churches, they'll be like, oh, sing out loud, you can do better than this, like this is not your limitation, like push. And sometimes you push and then you lose your voice. Sometimes you're lucky, like you realize you can hit a particular range. So how do you manage that? That's on the one hand. Then another question is, how do you manage the politics of a church? Okay, should I call it a church or like singing environment? Like sometimes you're gifted people, like you can sing, you can riffle, but because you're not in the circle of certain people, or like you don't conform to their ideas, they're like, they'll just push you aside. Yes, you can sing, but no, you're not in our clique, so we're not going to let you sing. So how do you manage people like this? Thank you.
I hope my answer will not break your heart. These things, are normal. And I'll say why I say they are normal. Not like they are normal or should be allowed to be, or what's the word now? Not like, I didn't say normal in the sense of it being what it should, what should be. I'm just saying that from time immemorial, politics has always been. Before I answer your question, have anybody been to Cape Coast in Ghana? Okay. You should try and just go by road. Don't kill yourself. Go by road and come back. When you go to Cape Coast in Ghana, there is a castle there. The castle, sorry. It's the slave trade castle. Now, you see that castle? This is at second floor, right? This is second floor. Well, second floor, right? Okay. So imagine there is a church right here. There's a service holding right here. But underneath, there are slaves there. It shock you? Yes. Right underneath the service. Service is holding. There's a service going on. Oh, praise God. I love the single school, but there are slaves down on the ground that are ready to be shipped to Europe or wherever during the slave trade there. But there was church. When I went there, and the person that was narrating, taking us on the tour of the place, said that, I was confused for a bit, like, I don't understand. You mean people say they are praising God upstairs, and then downstairs there are slaves ready to be transported? Remember what I said before? I personally, from what I've read in the Bible, and you can do your own research too, Jesus didn't come to start a church. Jesus came to save us. That's the easiest way I can put it. Save us from this wicked world. Now we start church. When I say we, Apostle Paul, even Apostle Paul, I can't really say he started the church. You know what he did? He was going from places and just preaching the gospel. So when he gets somewhere, probably maybe some people will say, Apostle Paul was there. Let's call this place the Saint Paul one thing. Let's call this. Do you understand? Understand that the people who created those four walls in different places, they didn't fall from heaven. No. They are humans like me and you. And they always have their preferences. The Bible says that the race is not to the... All right? See, some of those people that you call or refer to like they are the preferred ones that are allowed to sing and all of that, they are doing something that you cannot do to get that favor. Example, they are kissing. You understand what I'm saying? But you cannot do it because of who you are or because of how you feel. Somebody said something that do not judge somebody's sin until you have the money to fund your own temptation. The day I heard that thing, I don't judge anybody again. No. You say you stole money. Maybe the money was too much. Sorry. I'm done. I don't move. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of those people that you see, I'll go to the first question. I'm going from the second one here. So those people that you see are basically just doing things that you cannot do. So the question to you will be, do you want to do the same thing that they are doing to get the same favors that they're getting? Or do you want to just be yourself? See, it's hard. I said to people, the path of what is right to do, okay, is always hard. Because you are a nice guy does not mean people will love you. Because you are the best voice does not mean that they will always say, come and sing. Trust me, I have led too many groups in this life. Small ones, big ones, massive ones, whatever. I see the same thing play in all of those roles. I put up one post one time just for fun. I'm like, people are very funny. I just left somewhere, and some of the people in the group now came, bros, we don't like this guy that they brought. You saw it. We don't like this guy. I said, guy, shut up. That's your leader now. Go and serve this person. Go and rest. Don't ever say this kind of thing here again. You know why? The same way they said that they don't speak about me too. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's just that human nonsense. It will always be there. The shocker, or rather, I feel you, the shocker or the pain most times is that, why is it happening in church? That's where it's supposed to happen. Because everybody in there is sick. We're in the hospital. So some of those people you are saying, some of them have migraine. Some have typhoid. Some have malaria. Guess what? Your own is just stomach upset. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want you to see this so that you can also take yourself out of that. Don't let anything downplay your ability and who you are or your mood at any time. Understand that people who have not seen certain type of exposure will behave a certain way. See, let me tell you something about me. I don't drag nothing. You know why? You can never take what is mine. You can never. See, even if I give you these slippers now, the swag where you go take waka inside them, it's not the same I will use. But you're wearing the slippers. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, the question to you, and I'm not answering, I'm actually giving you a question so you can use it to answer yourself, is, are you ready to do what they are doing to get that kind of attention? Or are you going to just stick to who you are? Fantastic. You see that? Do you understand? So, just that possibility, there has to be possibilities everywhere. Like, okay, this is my lyrics, so, but if there's need for them to tweak it, no wahala. Let's see where it goes. You get? Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't know if this question has been asked, and I don't know if you've answered. Of course not. The likes of Mark Reynolds, Kim Burrell, and all that, they found their tone. Yeah. So how, as an upcoming artist, how do you find your tone? And how do you build on it?
What do you understand as tone?
Your sound, I think. It's not the same thing. Okay, that's...
So sound, you can relate sound to an ambience. I'll give you an example. Nathaniel Bassey has a sound, and it's not his trumpet. Am I right? Yes, sir. When Nathaniel Bassey comes into a place, it just feels like something changed. No, nothing changed. What changed is that, okay, this person, they come shout with us. We'll go hear everything where they sing, and we'll go feel worship along. That's the sound. When my friend Tim Godfrey, when he comes on stage, you say something changed, nothing changed. You just know that, this guy, boy, will go dance here today. Oh. That's the sound. You see, all these things, they don't have anything to do with their singing. No. It's just, what do they bring? What do you bring? That's the sound. Dunsi has a sound. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can always feel all of his song, no matter what the title is, it's just revival. Straight up. Now, tone. Who should I use, for example, for tone for you? No. Let me use two people who sing almost alike. Donnie McClurkin, Micah Stampley. You know that if two of them sing the same song, you can tell this is Donnie, this is Micah. But they sing about the same range in terms of pitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is tone. Because Donnie, let me just assume and say Donnie, of course, is older, has been singing way before Micah. So let's assume that Micah says, this is my mentor, this person I'm following musically. And then starts to sing exactly like Micah, like Donnie. He's not found any tone, no. He's just been able to copy. And copy well. And that is what a lot of people are. A lot of singers. They're just a perfect copy of an original singer. So how do you find your tone? Very simple. Remember the test I gave you guys, or rather the experiment? When you wake up tomorrow morning, wake up tomorrow morning, see that song where they sing for, where they shout, when they sing out. Sing them nicely, simple, sweet, in the morning. As early as 6:30 or something. Just sing it, put it on your phone, listen. You will hear something you've not heard all this while. Because most singers in Nigeria, even in other places, they just rush through their voice. Brrr, let me just sing a song. But they've not really paid attention. How do I really sound? Do I sound like this? Or do I sound like this? Or do I sound like this? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You have to look for yourself like that. You have to play with yourself. You have to you can't. A lot of people are strangers to themselves. Do you understand? Some people can't even look at themselves in the mirror and just play with themselves. And you want to find your tone. You're not going to come, bros. Man, no lie. See, these things, they sound too easy or too cheesy. But I'm telling you, these are the principles. Look at yourself in the mirror and sing a song. Just be goofy. Just play with yourself. Just try. You begin to hear something you've not heard before. Don't forget, man is a tripartite being. You live in a body. You have a spirit and a soul. Most people are only using their body. No soul communication, no spirit communication. There are two more people inside of you that you are not communicating with. See, we know the church. You understand, Abby? Okay. Let me answer this lady first.
Good afternoon. Is it possible to have more than one tone?
Yes. Of course. Yes. You see those cartoons you watch? Those cartoons you watch. Sometimes it's one person that does the different voices. Oh, wow, you're around. What do you mean? Hey, I like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? One person who has mastered. Do you understand? It's the same thing with singers. I can sing opera. I can sing contemporary. And I can sing locally, if there's anything like that. Do you understand? And in all these three singings, I will not sound the same way. You say, oh yeah, should I try? What song should I sing? Opera. Ave Maria. Is that me, Abby? Ave Maria. Right? Ave Maria, oh, Ave Maria, oh. Three different people, one person, you can. So there's no restriction. Tone basically is like CD of songs. I use this one for this type of song, this one for this type of song, this one for this type of song. So that you are not in a box. Most of you here, for you, I'm just going to break your heart before I go. Most of you here are best for praise and worship. Finish. Some of you, they've told you that the only thing you can do, high life. Stay there. If you do any other thing, you know if you do it well. Some of you, they say, you are worship, and they tell you that slow thing, I be worship. Who told you, first of all, that worship is slow and praise is fast? You don't know? I like that. You didn't know. Praise and worship is basically the content of what you're saying. Okay. Let me see. Here, let's do small tests. I'll use 3 songs, for example. How great is our God. Is it a praise song or a worship song? Why is it a worship song? Eh? Is it a worship song? It's a praise song. You are talking about how great something is. You are hailing the person. Say, Kabiyesi, Baba. That's a praise song. But guess what I say? Let's sing worship song. How great is our God. So we're singing worship, everybody. It's actually a praise song. Okay. Ọlọ́run tó dá àwọn ìgbà. Is it a praise and worship song? Is it what? It's a praise song. Holy, holy, holy Lord God Almighty. What's that? That's a worship song. Listen to the lyrics. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. Go on. Early in the morning, our song shall rise to thee. Abby? That's a worship song. Pure. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not about the temple. So I'm just saying that some of you here have been relegated to a box. And now Nakosam. Because when you went to sing one the music, and then the thing hits, and then the church was shouting, man, Sister Kate, you do it again on Wednesday. Sister Kate now became expert singer. So the day, guess what? This is the trap now. The day Sister Kate now sang, or now sings, God, you are my God, I will forever. Say, what is this sister singing? Because there's now an image. Guess what? Sister Kate actually sang that song very well, but they cannot hear it because there's an image. Okay? So, yeah. 2 more questions, and
okay, so my question basically is about holding of mic. And you talked about screaming. Okay, so basically, singers, most should I have observed that because of the bad sound. That's why a lot of them are always screaming. So now, when you talk about mic position, okay. Okay. Okay, so basically, how do you handle that as a singer? You're in a situation whereby you have a bad sound and you want to sing, but you know, if you don't put your mic close, they might not hear you might not hear yourself, and if you don't actually scream very loud, you know, you will not hear yourself. So how do you deal with all of that and still try to maintain your voice over time? Because the kind of country we find ourselves, or shall I say the church most of us attend, we are going to stay in a bad sound for a long time. So we can't, yeah. So 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 how do you deal with that? Yeah.
How many people, forgive me, I'm just asking, how many people have traveled out here, like maybe America, London, South Africa, okay, Dubai, one person, okay. You see, when you get to some places, they write speed limit, 50 kilometers per hour. You've seen it, Abby? Some places they will write 120, Abby. Let me start with the 50 kilometers per hour. This one will answer your question very well. You see, because they wrote 50 kilometers per hour, does not mean that if somebody wants to rob you now, you will not move. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because I told you to hold your microphone well, does not mean that if the sound is bad, listen well, oh, and you have to do this, you will not do it. I say, no. They told us that it's out of the microphone. The letter kill it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? You get what I'm trying to say, right? So there are exceptions to every rule and instructions. Now, I speak like this because this sound is not bad. You can hear me. I'm not trying to scream on you by using the microphone. I just want to make sure that what I'm saying is, and you can hear me. And that is fine. So even if I sing like this, it will still be clear because the sound is okay. But if the sound is bad, unfortunately, I will have to go like this. But it does not mean it is right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Knowing right from wrong, there's a reason why there's wrong and there's right. At least you know the right thing to do. So you do the right thing. Unfortunately, if you are in a wrong situation, and the only thing that can work in that situation is the wrong thing, will you be doing the right thing? Do you understand what I'm saying? You get it, Abi? Now, if you're in a 120 zone, and you're driving 50, rest in peace. Because somebody will run you over. In fact, in America, I think it's a crime, self. If they put 100 kilometers per hour and you're running 98, you just hear police whoop, whoop, whoop behind you. Yeah. They want to check whether you know how to drive. Like, are you okay? We put 100, they are doing 98. They go jam you. You can't cause problem for government. Do you understand? So, good? Okay. Again.
Sorry, this is about reefs and rounds. Yeah, there's this belief about reefs and rounds that those reefers, they are like, there's this belief that they are just, what are you singing? You know, all that. They're like, once they hear you, just. But if you do it well, they'll be wowed. And my question is, for reefs and rounds, how do you balance it? And how do you balance it? To how in a situation whereby they don't accept you, like they don't accept that style, like how do you blend? Will you say because of that you stop doing it?
See, even Dusi does riffs and runs. And when you do them, you go hear them clearly. Am I lying? You know why? You understand? It's because from the beginning of the song, he didn't come and play or sing riff for you. He wants to sing. Now, as the thing touch him, he just drop one small like, woo, and just come off a road. Enter in song, continue. Now, if Don McCloskey comes to that same church that they don't accept riffs and run, bros, they will accept it. You know why? You don't master them. So he's not even thinking about it. See, I always say to somebody that, to people that when somebody wants to impress and the one that is doing something natural, you will know. Some people do riff, they now use their hand. Ooh. Okay? Nobody the hand, they bring the riff. Do you understand what I'm saying? And unfortunately, that has now become like part and parcel of some people because most of those things started from, let me show, say Asabi sing. Unfortunately, it's now like a logo. Once you show, they say, that guy don't come, he goes, soon riff. They say, don't run riff. Do you understand? But even Nathaniel runs riff. Funny enough, he does. Even, who else is there? Yeah. Even Choma Jesus get a riff, where should they run? Serious one, no. You not be looking for the notes. For real. I mean, like, riffs, I think riffs are just part of singing. It's like saying vibrato. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like saying vibrato, sustaining, staccato. It's just part of, it's just really part. It's, basically, in music, it's called solos. It's just in voice that you now say riffs and runs. It's just solos, like you're playing the keys. You just play an extra thing and come back. Basically, just to know when to use it. Like recently, I had a program somewhere, and I said, okay, somebody else come and play. Me, I don't want to play. Then I brought this guy. He said, this guy is very fantastic. This guy is dangerous. This guy, oh my, if this guy play piano, bros, oh my goodness. I said, okay. Oh yeah, now, come and play. One chord, I didn't hear. But solo, very clear. So in my mind, I'm like, why did you call you to come and solo? I called you to come and play chords. Because I have people that, as a saxophonist, if I want solo, I can tell him to solo. I'm not kidding. When I tell him solo, you hear him clearly. I'm like, wow, this guy actually can play. Okay, play chord now. Problem. They will even change the song from a key to another song, another key. He's still on the former key. He just leave his hand there like this. I'm like, what's going on? The same thing with riffs. Riffs are not supposed to be special feature. It's part of singing. It's part of, you know Samuel Poso? When Bros does riff here, you go hear him. Because from the beginning of the song, he wasn't singing riff for you. He brings his strong voice and he sings, gives it. And then when it's time for riff, drops it and as if he didn't do anything. You understand what I'm saying? So it should not be a special thing. People that sing riffs a lot, they end up broke. I'm serious. There are way better singers than the singers that are at the top right now in Nigeria. Have you ever asked yourself why they are at the top? No, for real. You should ask yourself these questions every time. Why are they up there? What are part of the things that contributed in pushing them up there? It's not riffs and runs. How many riffs IBM they do? No, for real. In fact, Ada has reduced her singing. The first time I met Ada was in my studio in South Africa. When Ada entered, when she sings, I look at her and I say, yeah? And you're a Christ embassy. How are you surviving? Is she not surviving now? You have to always look for the originality, like we'll be discussing, in everything. So that you're not hanging like this, you're not here, you're not there, you're just like this pendulum. You understand what I'm saying? So, the answer. Okay. We're done? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good one. Music magnets. Not magnets. Yeah, that's my PA. So before somebody starts to tell you, be drinking honey, eat a lot of okra, those funny things that I hear. I know people who eat ice block. Naomi, am I lying? Bro Samuel Poso, they drink cold tea and they will sing the pitch. And he will still go deep. It's because he has taken time And you know, for him, one of the things that I know helped him a lot, he used to play a lot in clubs before he became, you know, converted into a gospel artist. He used to play, he used to have, he used to play in bands, in, you know, when I mean clubs, it's not overnight club like, you know, those joints where you go to. So over time, he has heard his voice like, but so I feel sound like this, so I feel sound like this. Then he also used to record soundtracks and stuff, adverts. So he will have listened to himself over time, like, I see, if I sing like this, it no go work. If I sing like this, it they work. Make I try and more. Try and more. Then you now try come out of that box sometimes. I say, okay, I don't learn new one. It is him learning of himself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all those other things like don't drink cold water, take honey in the morning, do. While some people it works for them, for a lot of people that I know it does not work for them. That's the truth. But all I would say is take care of your voice. When you are talking normally, start from there. Everybody, this is your exercise number 2. When you are talking to anybody, stop shouting. Shala, you never know. I did it. By the time you are done, the voice is like a rubber, remember? It will now become very loosed and tired. You want to now use that same voice to sing. And if you do something over time, at some point, like I said, it will give way and you eventually lose your voice. Now, trying to know your voice will now be hard because you're now trying to do medicine after that. It's like when you are sick, you have a mosquito bite here. You didn't do anything about it. You now went ahead and became other things. If you were supposed to spend 2.5 to deal with it then, probably might spend 25 now or 30 to deal with it. Good? Yeah. So. Thank you so much.